Your creation would change the world. Told you a time traveler. What would you do? It's been a since you kept staring at your creation. Your eyes are shining, your lips can't stop smiling, and you just kept staring at your creation that you spent your entire life creating. Only then a dark circular hole emerges from nothingness, a small dot, almost like glitch occurring in the very fabric of reality. With every second, the hole expands. The expansion only took rest when a man, somewhat in his 20s, emerged from the hole. First it was the hole, and then it was the man talking that actually shocked. "This changes everything," said the man, and dissolved into the dark circular hole that by now almost looked like a sphere shaped one. The emptiness on your face made sense for a person at this age, but this 1 second, this big hole, that man, those 3 words, everything seemed like a lie, a big lie, or a dream, a really bad one. And wearing black coat, the texture you can't resemble, the shoes you didn't see, the color of his skin you can't remember. How it all can be true? Everything you cannot remember. How it all can be true? You kept staring at the same wall where the hole emerged, but the more you think, the more you realize the familiar voice calling for a purpose, you suppose. The hands trembling, eyes looking for someone known, worries crawling a second after, the horrified look on his face, knowing things you never actually saw. And now this got you wondering, everything you saw, everything about that night, everything you remember can be untrue. How it all can be a big lie or a dream. You are wild, but you realize that this man who has emerged from nothingness changed everything. Everything you ever believed upon, everything you ever made, everything you ever created. Now everything was confided within these 3 words. And now this changes everything. The problem is that these 3 words, "this changes everything," could mean anything. For example, it could mean that your creation would go on and bring positive changes in the world, would bring absolute welfare. That's amazing, congratulations. But it could also mean that your creation would brought all the negative changes. It would turn into absolute chaos. Now it's all upon you. So let me ask you, what would you do? Would you dismantle everything you ever worked upon? Would you believe that the man who emerged from nowhere meant negative change by a simple word, change? Ironically, if you even dismantle your creation and think that, oh, now everything is reversed, happy ending, what if the change meant positive? What if he meant the man that emerged from nothingness meant positive change? What if your creation would go on to bring all the positive change, absolute welfare, liberation for human society? You will be vanishing an entire opportunity to remove all the human suffering from this world. Would you vanish this opportunity? Would you abolish an entire opportunity that can lead people to live a more happy and longer life, that can not only resolve the problems, the sufferings of not the people of today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, but generations, centuries? Your creation could literally change the entire pattern of a system that we are living in. Will you bid to lose a chance that will make this entire world a better place? Because just imagine what you ever dreamed upon, what you ever made, what you ever thought of. You will be the one, march in your hands, leading people towards the happy dreams. People from all phases of depression will join in. Now you will be in the light of liberation. You will have so much confidence on your creation. You will have faith on your creation. You shine bright in light of pride, removing all human sufferings, working towards liberation, removing all the human sufferings, building a better world, causing enlightenment, bringing mass welfare, a dream you achieved. Suppose you choose to not dismantle your creation and you will go on to profit out of your creation. But in that case, what if the change meant negative change? now your creation would go on to bring all the bad things, and your creation would change the world in a way that the entire society, the entire human race never even thought of. And that chaos, that cause, or everything that your creation will go on to bring will be a change that cannot be reversed. So now it is on you. Would you not dismantle a tool that can literally change the world and bring all the chaos, all the sufferings? And you, with your own eyes, with your own consciousness, with your own soul, will witness people suffering due to your creations, but you won't do anything. And you know, your creation will go on to bring bad things, the things that cannot be reversed physically, mentally, chemically, emotionally, however you try to change it, it cannot be reversed. The implication of that will never be reversed. You, with your own consciousness, with your own eyes, with your own self, will witness people suffering, the entire world suffering due to your creations, but you cannot do anything about it now. So would you have this weight on your heart that this might cause problem for the entire human society in future, and I will have to witness this all, but I will still make this decision to profit out of my creation, knowing that it can impact people's life in a such way, knowing its implication on human society and human life, you will still choose to profit out of your creation. Choose to continue to profit or have your creation exist in the world, knowing that you created a monster that will not only affect the people of today but also tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. A generational suffering you have created in the world of suffering itself. And thus I ask you again in the very first episode of my new series, in which I'm gonna wear this top because I love this top so much. Just kidding, so sorry. Whatever you're gonna choose, if you would choose to dismantle or continue to profit out of your creation, choose anything, it doesn't matter to me. It might feel biased from my opinion, whatever I wrote or how I'm narrating it. It might feel like I am choosing one side or something like that, but absolutely I'm not. From deep core in my heart, I don't have problem with anything, because I personally feel that how much we try or how much we try to build norms, systems, laws, anything, we cannot actually escape the human nature of being rebelliousness or something like that. It is such a deep topic, we can dive into that later, but I think when I was writing this entire thing, where this idea actually occurred to me, it was just about a simple time travel story and how something very small can impact something so big in your life. It was from a very individualistic view, but now I see it as something more than that. When I wrote this furthermore, I felt this one sense of creating something from a personal nature, that too I feel that we as a human, what do we think of creating something? Because in the world where we are constantly trying to tell people to create something, come up with your own imagination, make world a better place, or let's bring humanity towards the happy dreams or the world of liberation, things like this, when we are actually trying to tell people to create something, what we are implying to create a machine, create idea, create ideology, what we want to actually create, because it is not just a product that we are talking about. If, and even if we are creating something, we as human, do we have that kind of power or that kind of intelligence to create something that can literally cause the entire world to change, or bring so much suffering, or bring absolute welfare? Do we as human beings possess this kind of intelligence? One answer to my previous question can be atomic energy or nuclear weapons. In light of nuclear weapon and all, we can also talk about what limitations do we even have on our creations, or there should be an organization or state taking care of my creations. But what happened in nuclear power, and that kind of a case is same as it, the state will always try to take benefit of my creations to have, like, power, more power. Power makes man corrupt. I mean, knowing that you want to preserve your power, or knowing that you want to still hold your position, makes you corrupt in that sense. Even if we talk about limitations on my creation, who will have the authority to limit my creations? Or I, as like an individual, I am responsible for my own creations. So how much of independence, how much of freedom and liberty I can get with it? Well, if I talk about zero government intervention and no state should have authority on my creation, in that case, I might attain monopoly, I might attain sole power, I might impose restrictions on you because now I have the power. What if a single man had access to nuclear power only? So, this video is not only about you have two situations, what would you choose, but also about, do we think that we as human can build something that will change world so much? Even if it does, then what kind of limitations we have, because it can literally change the world. It is not only concerning to us human beings, but also to the entire ecosystem, entire planet, and everything. So in that situation, what should we do? Also, I want to say my phone is overheating, so I just want to say one thing. Thank you so much for the response on my previous video. Thank you so much. And also, I felt this one thing, I really loved making this one video because I get to share my own opinions in this. Because I, all the messages and things I received from you all people, it made me thought that I need to present myself out there and tell you what I think when I'm writing all these things. And I just want to say, I am like really little right now. I'm 17 years old. I think of myself as very little. I don't have that great of vocabulary. I don't have that kind of thinking, like fast thinking. But sometimes I can think of really good things, and that is when I love writing and making videos. I love making videos when I get to talk about my mind or what I feel, and I really, really, really love when people show their opinion, show what they think in their, like, in the comment section, or they mail me or something like that. I really love it. So keep on doing this. And I don't know how this video will perform, but thank you so much for the love on the previous one. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. The man that emerged from nothingness meant negative. Sorry. I got lost. Sorry. Just as just as you take second sip of your warm herbal teas for Father's Day, just I never thought I would enjoy filming a YouTube video, but I am enjoying it. The expansion o- the expansion only took rest when a The expansion only took rest when a man, somewhat in his 20s, emerged from the same hole. The expansion this change this changes this changes this changes everything, said the man, and dissolved into. Only then are dark. Would you dismantle everything you ever worked upon? Would you believe them? Would you dismantle everything you ever worked upon? Would you dis would you dismantle a tool for mass? The problem is that, and and thus I ask you again in the very first episode of my new series, in which I'm gonna wear this top because I love this top so much. Just kidding, so sorry.